Welcome back to Granbury TV. I'm Drew Whitaker here sitting with the sheriff for the weekly sheriff's report. How are you this morning, sir?
Doing good.
How's your week been?
Been busy. We got moved in. My office is officially moved into the new Emergency Operations Center.
How do you like it?
Well, I like it. Got a lot of boxes to unpack now, but
I believe that.
so we just got things moved yesterday, got phones working, computers hooked up, so me and the fire marshal over there now, so we're ready for business.
That's fantastic to hear. I'm surprised the progression between breaking dirt and moving in was so fast. I mean, it does. It feels like almost yesterday. It was, okay, we're breaking dirt. And we're like, okay, let's start construction. And
yeah, that construction company was a really good one, and they worked really hard, and it turned out really, really nice.
That's fantastic. Well, I know, of course, by moving in, I'm sure you have other things you had to do this week other than move in. So what do we have this week?
Well, the deputies have been busy. Everybody's been busy. This first report is from, we had a suspect that ran from officers. And on the 12th, around 11 a.m., deputies assisted Granbury PD officers in searching for Charles Paul Bowen III. He's 26 years old, and located him near the 300 block of Heritage Trail. Bowen was involved in an assault in the city. And Bowen fled from deputies in a vehicle and then ended up on foot. And he was located after a short search near Peninsula Court. And so that's down on the other side of the bridge on 144 South. So he was finally taken into custody by across from the entrance to Rock Harbor, basically. So that started out in the city and ended in the county. Bowen was arrested and charged with evading arrest in a motor vehicle, felony 3. Bond was set at $10,000, and driving while license was invalid. And Class B misdemeanor, bond was set at $3,000. An assault, Class A misdemeanor, bond was $1,000. So he's still in jail.
Still in jail. It's funny though how that always happens. You always see a chase goes from car to they mess up, so then they're on foot, and then once they're on foot, give it a few minutes and they're caught.
Well, that's, yeah, we hate for them to get away, but yeah, we don't like pursuits. When they first told me it was a pursuit, I kind of cringed, and then I found out it was on foot, so that's, at least we're not risking the public.
Yep. Other people's lives because of a car.
Yeah, because of a car running too fast, and so we just had a person on foot running as fast as they could, and it wasn't fast enough. So.
No, sir.
Yep. And then we had another guy that was arrested for unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. On the 6th, Jerry Ray Neighbors, 49 years old, who was in TDC unit in Dallas, was transported to the Hood County Jail on unauthorized use of a motor vehicle on that warrant. And charges stem from Neighbors allegedly taking a vehicle from the victim on November 17th of 2012 at the 6500 block of West Highway 377 in Toller without the owner's consent. So he was placed in TDC after the above crime occurred and was recently released to answer for the unauthorized use of a motor vehicle charge here. So he is currently in jail and charged with unauthorized use of a motor vehicle in the state jail. Felony and bond was set at $5,000. So
wow.
You can't just take somebody's car without them allowing you to do it.
I completely agree. I would be pretty mad, not gonna lie.
Yep. And that's a felony. Yeah, they call it unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, and if it's theft, but if you got a lot of people that can't afford a newer, nicer car, they got it goes over the felony level when it goes over $1,500. So if you steal a car that's really only worth $500 to $1,000, barely runs, then that's not even a felony if you call it theft. So in the code, if you steal a car, unauthorized use, if you're charged with unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, then that's a felony.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter if it's a beat up old car
or a new car,
or if it's a Ferrari or something, then you're still going to guaranteed be a felony. So.
Well, thank you for breaking that down. I was about to ask, it's like, why is he charged with unauthorized use? And I figured it'd be theft.
No, that's the easiest way to go on any kind of theft like that. If it's a motor vehicle and you didn't have the authorized use of it, then it's a felony. So even if it's a a vehicle that's not worth very much to get you over that $1,500 threshold for a felony, it still is a felony because it's unauthorized use of a motor vehicle.
Well, thank you. Learned something new today.
Yep, we file those charges all the time.
I believe it.
District attorney takes them all the time. So then we had an inmate smuggling tobacco into the jail on the 9th. Around midnight, Hood County Sheriff deputies charged Joe David, I don't know, Dame? I'm not sure how to say his last name, but he's 57 years old and he ought to know better.
Yeah, I would think.
But he was charged with prohibited substance in a correctional felony or correctional facility, and it's a felony 3, and no bond was set. The charge stemmed from him being on work release on a DWI charge where he is required to serve time at night on the weekends. And he was found to be in possession of tobacco in the jail, which is prohibited. So he's still in jail, and we've had some other things that came up in regards and related to this, and so those people that think they got it good and they're just spending weekends and nights in the jail, well, we're going to be treating those guys a whole lot different because now they're getting brave enough to start smuggling stuff in. And it's not just the tobacco. There's other stuff that we're investigating.
I'm sure there's quite a bit that
so,
bring in other people.
Yep, so we're not going to take a chance, and it's a security risk for everybody. So we're going to be doing things different, updating policies and treating them a little different and keeping them separate. And so they're not going to be happy with that, but hey, you can't do the time, you shouldn't do the crime. So we had a drug investigation that led to an arrest on the 9th, around 9 p.m. Sheriff deputies arrested Ramon Alberto Lazoya, 21 years old, during an investigation, a drug investigation. Lazoya was in possession of a pound of marijuana. So he was charged with possession of marijuana over 4 ounces under 5 pounds, and that's a state jail felony, and bond was set at $5,000. And he's currently still in jail. So yeah, this was that hydro, so it's very valuable. So this put a dent in somebody's business here.
That's good.
So that was a very good thing, because this is the marijuana that they sell by the ounce, and it's some high dollar stuff. So
that's good.
We put the stop to that.
Yeah. Good. What do we have for this week's Crime Stoppers? We're tongue-tied there.
Well, Crime Stoppers, we've got a theft, so that we need information on. That on the 13th, the Warriors for Christ Church at 6109 Tin Top Highway reported unknown persons disassembled a 5-ton Rheem air conditioner unit model RAM-B-060JBZ from the back of the church and took some of the parts. So total value is $4,000. So anyone with information on this theft is asked to contact Crime Stoppers at 817-573-TIPS, or you can go online to Hood County Crime Stoppers website, hoodcountycrimestoppers.com, to submit a tip online. Text a tip to tip 129 plus your message to 274637. All tips remain anonymous. Upon arrest and indictment, you could receive up to a $1,000 cash reward.
That's horrible.
It is. This is a church.
A church, of all places.
Yeah.
Church.
Yeah, it's bad any way you look at it, because citizens, I've talked to many people that they feel just really violated by somebody coming into their home and stealing something, and that takes a sick person to do anything like that, and then to come into a church, then that's a really sick, demented person to steal from a church. So
they will definitely be answering.
They will.
One day.
They will, and so we need your help, and
hopefully the citizens can help.
Hope so, because we need to put a stop to this. It's always something, and
the crimes of stealing. I completely agree. What else? Well, thank you for coming in. Do you have anything else, Sheriff, that you'd like to mention, or?
Well, we've got a pet adoption, adopt-a-thon coming up on the next Saturday on the 22nd, and it'll be from 10 to 2 at the Hood County Reunion Grounds. There's going to be a lot of people involved in this, with the animal control, the Granbury Friends for Animal, Halo, Second Chance Farm, just before Heaven's Gate Cat Rescue. So it's
everyone, basically a huge.
It's going to be a big deal, yeah.
Well, that's good, because I'm sure there's a lot of pets, especially if all those agencies are coming together to try to find some good homes for those pets.
Yeah, I've been criticized because of my animal control. Animal control is animal control. We're by law we're supposed to deal with rabies and vicious animals, things of that nature, and we do.
Yes.
But we've definitely over the years have stepped it up to a whole new level with trying to, adopt out all the animals we can. All the adoptable animals, then we get them to rescue groups as soon as possible, just right away. Sometimes they don't even come to our facility. The guys just take them from where they're picked up straight to the rescue group. So it's a great thing, and everybody's been working together, and it's come down to this too. We do adoptions all the time with other groups like Halo and a lot of different ones, on top of getting them to the rescue groups where they do their own thing. But this will be a big thing up at the reunion ground, so it's a big building to have it in, and they're going to be giving away free dog food while the supply lasts, and free admission, and hot dogs, and drinks, and all of that. So
hopefully we can get some more animals, off the streets that are lost, or to a good home, that need a good home.
Yep, and there's a lot of good ones out there. A lot of times it's just people can't take care of them and don't do a very good job of taking care of them, so they get out and away, and they're looking for a good home. So
or move and just leave them.
Yeah.
I say that because when I was in the military, when a lot of military families would move, they would just leave their pets. I don't know why you would do that. You would think they're part of the family, but they would do that.
Yeah, they are part of the family.
So I know. So hopefully everyone can come out and get a pet if you're in the need for a pet. Find a good home. Well, thank you so much, Sheriff, for coming out this week. We definitely appreciate it here at the station, and I'm sure the viewers appreciate it also.
Well, thank you for having me.
We'll see you next week, Sheriff.
I'll be back.